What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is White Gamer. Today we have the small striker build for level 25, level 50, level 75, and level 90. We're going to be using the Magician archetype for all four levels. We're starting out for level 25. Height, we're going to go with 5'7". You're playing small. That's the whole point of this builds. Weights, go with 149 pounds. Make sure you go with the height and weight combination that gives you the +2 acceleration, the +2 agility, the -2 jumping, and the -2 strength. At level 25, you're only going to have 511 attribute points. So we're going to start off with agility. Get the agility to 82. This is going to help your pro turn directions much quicker when you have the ball. And as a striker, it's very important to do that. Reactions, we're going to go with 82 reactions. This is going to help with the overall responsiveness of your pro, which is very, very important, especially since you're a low level. You don't want your pro being too slow turning with the ball, or just overall, you don't want it to feel too sluggish. Dribbling, we're going to go with 80. That's going to help determine how close the ball stays to your feet. Don't worry, guys. As you keep moving up, try to get the reactions, agility, balance, composure, and all that a bit up. Next, we got the pace. We're going to go with 83 acceleration and 83 sprint speed. I know it's not the fastest at level 25, but there is other important attributes that you need to spread out and not just focus only on pace. But as you keep moving up, definitely upgrade the pace. The pace is a little bit more expensive as you move up. Next, we got the stamina. We're going to go with 80 stamina so you can get the quick step play style. This is going to help your pro accelerate much quicker when you're making runs, which is very useful. Weak foot, go with the 4-star weak foot. The 4-star weak foot will do the job until you get to like the high 50s, 60s when you have more points to play with. Then from the passing, go with 81 curve. This is just going to add a little bit more of bend and curve to your finesse shots. And then from the scoring, go with 82 finishing and 80 shot power. Now, you're only going to have 3 regular playstyle slots on lock. You're going to, I think at level 30 is when you get the finesse shot plus, or level 50. Don't remember. And then you're going to have the chip shot. Don't worry. We will replace the chip shot in the higher levels. And then, of course, you have tech, the regular one, which is really good to dribble with. You press RB or R1. Now, for your 3 regular playstyles, we're going to go with quick step. Like I mentioned earlier, this is going to help you accelerate quicker, which is very, very useful. Second, we're going to go with rapid. So when you're running onto the ball or running with the ball, your pro doesn't take those heavy touches and those heavy knock-ons. And the combination of these two playstyles is very, very good for attackers, wingers. Your pro feels faster on and off the ball. And then last but not least, we're going to go with Trickster just for now. When you do a fake shot, it does a unique fake ball roll, which will position your pro into a nice angle to take a shot. But boys and girls, these are the playstyles and attributes that we went for level 25 small striker. Now we have the level 50 small striker build. Heights, go with 5'7". You can even go with 5'8", but we're going small because that's the whole point of this build. Weights, go with 149 pounds. Make sure you go with the height and weight combination that gives you the +2 stats and the -2 stats. Now, at level 50, you're going to have 1,269 points to play with. Let me double check. Yes. So your agility, go with 88 agility. You want that in the high 80s. This is going to help your pro turn directions much, much quicker when you have the ball. And it is very important as a striker to have that ability. Balance, get that to 85. This is going to help you when you're dribbling with the ball because your pro has good balance. And it's going to make it difficult for opponents to get you off the ball. Reactions, go with 90 because this is going to help the overall responsiveness of your pro, which is very important. Any animations that you do just come out much, much quicker and in less seconds, if that makes sense. Ball control, go with 84. This is going to help you trap the ball when you receive the ball. Dribbling and composure, get that to 85. You want the ball to stay as close as possible to your feet. We're also going to have the rapid play style, which will help out with that. And when you're running onto the ball, and of course, when you're under pressure, you want your pro to be able to shoot well or even pass. So that's why we went with some composure. Now, for the pace, go with 90 acceleration and 90 sprint speed. You want to be a fast striker, especially if you just got the game recently. Majority of the players have high pace, boys and girls. Keep in mind, your acceleration will actually be a +2. So in game, your acceleration will be 92. Strength, go with a little bit of strength, guys. You're level 50. You have a little bit more points to play with. Go with some strength. 75 is okay for now. We will get a little bit more strength in the higher levels. And then for stamina, go with 80 so you can get the quick step play style. That is the only reason why. Weak foot, we're going to go with the 4-star weak foot. Yes, at level 50, the 4-star weak foot will still do the job. Once you get to like level 60, 60-ish, then start upgrading to the 5-star weak foot. And then for the skill move, we're going with the 4-star skill move as well. We will get the 5-star skill move in the higher levels. For the passing, go with 85 curve. This is going to help out a lot on those finesse shots that you take. And then from the scoring, go with 87 finishing and 87 shot power. This is already good at level 50. You know, as long as you know how to aim, you should be scoring with this build. So let's apply that. Then at level 50, you're going to have 2 playstyle plus. You're going to have the finesse shot plus, which is really, really good. And then you're going to have the chip shot plus. Don't worry, we will replace the chip shot plus in the next level. And then you're going to have the regular tech for now. And then you're going to have 4 regular playstyles. So we're going to go with quick step. This is going to help your pro accelerate quicker. Second, go with rapid. So when you're running onto the ball or running with the ball, your pro doesn't take those heavy touches or heavy knock-ons. For your last 2, I would definitely recommend where is it at? Low driven, guys. The low driven shots are so good this year. And since you have the finesse shot plus, you can do low driven finesses, which are really, really overpowered. To do that, all you need to do is press RB and then double tap the shoot button, or R1 and double tap the circle button if you're on PlayStation. But guys, go with the low driven shot. It's been overpowered all year long. And then for your last one, I would definitely recommend press proven, guys. The press proven is going to help you shield the ball much more effectively, especially since you're not that strong right now. And also when you're jogging with the ball stays closer to you. Don't worry, we will go with the first touch and the game changer as you get more playstyle slots unlocked. But for now, you only have 4. These are the playstyles, and these are the attributes that we went for level 50 small striker build. Now we have level 75 small striker build heights. Go with 5'7". You can even go with 5'8". Weights, we're going to go with 149 pounds. Make sure you go with the height and weight combination that gives you the +2 and the -2 effect on your attributes. At level 75, you're going to have 2,044 points. Agility, get that to 90. This is going to determine how quickly you turn directions when you have the ball, and that's very important as a striker, especially since you're playing small. Your pro's going to be turning really, really quick with that high agility and the small heights. Balance, get that to 90. This is going to reduce the chances of you falling off the ball when you're being challenged by an opponent. Also, the balance does play a role in when you're dribbling and how well your pro can balance with the ball. Reactions, get that to 93. This is going to help the overall responsiveness of your pro, which is very, very important when you're knocking the ball, when you're taking shooting animations, just the overall responsiveness. So that's why that is the highest value on the attributes. Ball control, get that to 92. I do believe we are going to go with the first touch plus at this level now, so that's going to help you trap the ball much, much more effectively. Dribbling, we're going to go with 85. I know it's pretty low right now, but you do have the tech plus already, so don't worry about it. The 85 dribbling will do the job, and then once you start leveling up the next level, you can start getting that to 90. Composure, we're going to go with 90. Composure. This is going to allow for your pro to play really well under pressure, especially as a striker. You're always going to have someone on you or around you, so you need that composure. The composure also plays a role in when your pro is receiving the ball, so keep that in mind. Now, for the pace, max it all out. By now, you will have noticed a lot of players have maxed out pace or high pace, 95 acceleration and 95 sprint speed. You want to be as fast as you can. Remember, your acceleration will actually be 97 because of the +2 from the body. Strength, go with some strength, boys and girls. Don't be that. You don't want to be that weak as a small striker. You're already playing small, so your body frame is a little bit smaller than most attackers. So go with 80 strength and 70 aggression, guys. The aggression and strength, they both play a role and how well your pro can protect and shield the ball. So that's why we went with some aggression. So go with some aggression and some strength. It's going to make it much difficult for opponents to get you off the ball. And since we're going to go with a press proven playstyle, when you press left trigger L2, your pro will protect the ball much effectively. Stamina, we're going to go with 80 so we can get the quick step playstyle. And then for your weak foot, go with the 5-star weak foot. You want to have the ability to shoot or pass with either of your foot. And then we are going to go with the 5-star skill moves. I know the majority of people, the 4-star will do more than the job. I see most people don't even do 5-star skill moves, but you can lower it down to a 4-star if you want. But for the sake of the video, guys, we're going to go with the 5-star skill move. Curve, get that to 87. That's going to help you with those finesse shots. And then we are going to go with 80 long pass so we can get the incisive pass playstyle, which is good to have as a striker. Sometimes you might need to send a long pass to one of your teammates with wire triangles, so that's why we went with some long pass. And then the finishing and shot power, get that to 90. You want to be able to obviously be effective and score. Remember, you will have the finesse shot plus. You will have your first specialization unlock, which is the Magician Plus, which will give you the first touch plus. The first touch plus is really good, and then you're gonna replace out the chip shot plus, guys. The chip shot plus isn't that good. It's in very specific scenarios that you're gonna need a chip shot plus. But these three playstyle plus are really good. I also do want to mention that the incisive pass plus is another good one for a striker, which is under the specialization. So if you don't want to go with the first touch plus, you can also go with incisive pass plus, which is really, really good as well. And then by this level, guys, level 75, you're going to have 3 playstyle plus. You have the finesse shot plus, which is really, really good. First touch plus, your pros can trap that ball really, really good. It only gets activated when someone sends you a driven pass, but according to the EA developer, every time your pro receives a pass, it still gets activated even though you don't see the icon. And then we're going to go with Tech Plus. It's really good to dribble with RB or R1 if you're on PlayStation. Now, at level 75, you're going to have 6 regular playstyles. So go with a quick step. It's going to help your pro accelerate quicker when you're making runs. Next, go with rapid. So when you're running with the ball or onto the ball, your pro doesn't take those heavy touches or heavy knock-ons. We are going to go with press proven. This is going to keep the ball very close to your feet when you're just jogging with the ball and maybe looking for a pass or just trying to take up your space. And then when you shield the ball, it would be much more effective. Next, go with the low-driven shots, guys. The low-driven shots are really, really good, especially when you do a finesse shot low-driven or a low-driven finesse shot. They're very overpowered. To do that, you need to press RB and then double tap the B button, and then R1 and double tap the circle button to activate the low-driven finesse shots, which are very, very effective. And then for your last two, we are going to go with incisive. Like I said earlier, it is important as a striker, not important, but it is very useful as a striker to have the ability to send a long pass once in a while, or you can just be using wire triangle as your main passing option as a striker to reach your teammate. And then for your last one, boys and girls, it's all up to you for now. The trickster is really good, so when you do a fake shot, your pro does a unique fake ball roll, or you can go with the game changer, which means the trivela shots, the outside the foot shots are really, really effective. So all up to you. It doesn't really matter which one you go with because eventually you're going to have them on lock. We're going to go with the game changer just for the sake of it. But these are the playstyles and these are the attributes that we went for level 75 small striker. Now we have the level 90 small striker build heights. Go with 5'7". You can even go with 5'8". That range, it's good enough. That's the whole point of playing with this build. You're shorter than normal players on the pitch. Weights, you're going to go with 149 pounds. You make sure you go with the height and weight combination that gives you the +2 effect and the -2 effect on your attributes. I do want to mention, guys, that we're going to be going with the Magician Plus, but the Invader is also a very good specialization that you can use, but just so you guys know ahead of time. Now, at level 90, you're going to have 2,630 points. Agility, get that in the high 90s, guys. You want your pro to be very, very fast at turning directions with you have the ball. Remember, you also have the Tech Plus, so the dribbling and the turning with this build is going to be very, very good. And since you have a shorter or smaller body frame and heights, your pro's going to be feeling very fast on that ball when you're turning directions with it. Balance, get that to 95. That's going to make it difficult for opponents to get you off the ball. Also, the balance does play a role when you're dribbling with the ball, believe it or not. Reactions, get that to 95. This is going to help out with the overall responsiveness of your build. Also, when you're going for any sort of animation, whether shooting animation, running animation, all that plays a role in reaction. So you want that reaction really, really high. Ball control, get that to 92. Like I did mention at the start, we're going to be going the first touch plus. This is going to help your approach just trap the ball in tight scenarios, and just overall dribbling and composure, get that to 90. You remember you have a Tech Plus, and you're going to have a regular rapid. So when it comes to dribbling with the ball is going to be glued to you guys. You have Tech Plus, you're going to have the regular press proven. So, and then of course you want to have high composure. So when you're under pressure, your pro can give off good shots. Also, when you're receiving the ball under pressure, your pro can control it and be well composed as you're receiving the ball. Now, for the pace, max it all out. You want to be as fast as you can as a striker, especially at this level, especially this late into the year. You're going to go with 95 acceleration and 95 sprint speed. Remember, in game, your acceleration will actually be 97 because of that +2. And so your agility will be 97 agility because of that +2. And then your strength. We are going to go with strength, guys. You do not want to be a weak striker. Go with some strength and aggression. Aggression and strength. Both of the attributes, they play a role in how well your pro can protect and shield the ball. So go with some more aggression, guys. Trust me. You're going to thank yourself. So yeah, it's going to make it difficult for opponents to get you off the ball. You have good strength, good aggression. You have high balance, and you're going to have a regular press proven. So that's going to be very, very good for that. Stamina, go with 80 so you can get the quick step play style. Your weak foot, 5-star, so you can shoot without your foot. You don't have to worry about that or even pass. And then we are going to go with the 5-star skill moves. Now, I know most of you guys like to have the 5-star skill moves, but don't even utilize the 5-star skill move. So if you're that type of person that maybe you don't use the 5-star skill move, then the 4-star will do the job. But for the sake of this video, we're going to go with a 5-star because in the last small striker build we had last month, it was a 4-star. So the curve, we're going to get that to the 90s, 94. Yes, even though you have the finesse shot plus, still go with a lot of curve, guys. That's going to make this high curve is going to make the finesse shot plus even much more effective, and it's going to give it more curve, which will make it difficult for keepers to save. And then long pass and short pass, go with 80. We are going to go with incisive, and I believe the tiki-taka, it doesn't hurt, guys. As a striker, you're not always going to have the shooting lane open, or you're not always going to have the shot. So sometimes you might have to do a pass. You might have to send a long pass to one of your teammates. So you want to be covered on that. And then we are going to go with some vision, guys. Believe it or not, vision does play a role in finesse shots. We talked about it months ago. This was confirmed by the EA developer. I think it plays like 5 to 10% in your finesse shots. So just go with vision. It doesn't hurt to have it. And then from the scoring, we are going to go with 95 finishing and 90 shot power. We're not going to go with long shots because long shots suck this year. So I would not recommend putting long shots. You might score one once in a blue moon, but it's not worth it. Now, we're going to apply this. You're going to have 1 point left over. Just leave it until we get the new levels. You will have the Magician Plus, which will give you the First Touch Plus, which is really good, guys. Now, this gets activated, it gets activated. We're going to replace a Chip Shot Plus, by the way. This gets activated when someone does a driven pass or a ping pass. But, according to the EA developer, even though it doesn't pop up every single time, every time someone does any type of pass and you receive the ball, it's getting activated in the background. But I know visually, it pops up when someone sends a driven pass. But keep that in mind that it's always getting activated in the background. And you want to be able to trap that ball, especially in those tight spaces. Finesse Shot Plus has been good this year, especially inside the box. You might get lucky, score them from outside the box, but very, very rare, guys. That's why we didn't go with long shots, because I don't think it's really worth it. And then Tech Plus is really, really good to dribble with. Now, we're going to go with Quick Step. This is going to help you accelerate quicker. Second, we're going to go with Rapid. So when you're running with the ball or running onto the ball, your pro doesn't take those heavy touches and heavy knock-ons. And you can reach your sprint speed much faster when you're on the ball as well. Your third one, go with Press Proven. This is going to make it much difficult for opponents to get you off the ball, guys. Remember, you have good strength, good aggression, high balance, and you got the Press Proven play style. All you need to do is press left trigger or L2 and this gets activated. Next, we're going to go with Incisive. You do want to have the ability as a striker. I'm not saying all the time, but sometimes you might need to send a Y or triangle ball, and it's going to go through because you have decent passing, but you have the play style, which the play styles are the most important thing this year. Low driven shots is a must as a striker, guys. If you do finesse shots, if you do a low driven finesse shot, it is very, very overpowered, guys. And to do that, all you need to do is press RB and double tap the shoot button, R1 and double tap the circle button to activate the low driven finesse shots, which are very, very good. It's a low driven, but with a finesse, so it has curve. Very difficult for keepers to save it, guys. Very difficult. If you haven't been doing that all year long, you've been asleep. And then next, we are going to go with a Trickster. So when you do a fake shot, mainly for this, when you do a fake shot, your pro does a unique fake bar that you can only pull off with the Trickster, which will position your pro's body to a good angle to take a shot. Next, we are going to go with Tiki Taka, just for those short distance passes, guys. It doesn't hurt. It's not going to hurt. It's just going to benefit you. And then last but not least, we are going to go with Game Changer for those Travella shots. Now, I do want to mention, guys, we're supposed to be getting an update in the next couple of days, maybe weeks. I don't know. It depends when you're watching this. But whenever they do, I definitely would recommend putting the Enforcer, because the Enforcer is going to get buffed in the next couple of days. So, yeah, keep that in mind. But other than that, guys, these playstyles are really good. If you know how to shoot and aim, you're going to be scoring, guys. You have 95 finishing, 90-something shot power. You have the Finesse Shot Plus. You have the low-driven shot. So, you have everything you need on a small striker build. These were the attributes. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.